So to kick this morning off, I gotta get this sled out of the garage because Buddy's picking me up. We are taking my sled to 54 North. I gotta get two new keys programmed to it. One for obviously the good one and one for a spare. I rode all last season without a spare key. Anyway, and Buddy's taking his sled for some reason too. So why not carpool? So he should be here. He had to move a herd of cows across the road or something, but his place is first thing this morning, then he'll be here. So we'll load my sled on his deck. He's got his deck on already, so we'll load it up. Oh, and then I was gonna install this stuff myself, but I changed my mind. While I'm gonna take the sled to the dealer anyway to get two new keys programmed for it, I'm gonna get them to put this stuff on too at the same time. Any last guesses as to what this is? Okay, so I was gonna just start my sled in the garage and just drive it out, but as much as I like the smell of two-stroke cold smoke, it stinks up the garage, and we got an attached garage directly. There's a door into our house. I always get bitched at from the wife when I start the sled in the garage because then the whole fucking house stinks. So I'm just gonna hook my truck to it, drag it out, and then start it outside. And she is kind of right. It does stink up the whole house. So I guess that's one downfall with an attached garage. Oh, and then I had to drag the old beater sled backwards a little bit just to give myself enough room to get by with the new sled there. I still got to figure out this whole thing, why it won't idle down. I don't know. Shit, I forgot to... Well, I'll have to do that when I get it back. I got the ear tagging ink from the farm. I forgot to mark this with ear tagging ink because this is going to rub off in the snow. Like, it's already rubbing off from my thumb. I'll mark that with ear tagging ink when I get it back. And then it'll be an easy indicator to know if this is loosening off. But I'll do that after, I guess. Okay, let's get this thing outside. Okay. Man, there's no way to hook that. There's no place to hook that weird hook on that ratchet strap. But this worked. Alrighty. Let's get this garage door. Sweep up the garage quickly. Yeah, so if you've been following me, well, back on TikTok, the Tether, like it still works, but it will pop off, but it just takes a lot more to get it off. So one of the little plastic tabs broke off on the Tether, so I just duct taped it on to finish the ride. And I took it to McBride right after we got back from this happened on the Revelstoke Sycamoose level 1 Abbey training trip. If you've been following me long enough back on TikTok, you'd remember. Then I got back from that trip, and then I zipped to McBride real quick for a couple days ride there to end the season. So I never had really time to take it in to get keys. I guess I probably could have had found time, but whatever. Deal with it now. I already called the dealer on it. They will not cover a new key under warranty. Something that's designed to pop off, it broke, and they won't cover it under warranty. Kind of pisses me off, but I don't know how much a new key's worth. I don't remember getting a new key program for these new sleds, so I don't know. But I'm going to get two, one for the main one and one for a spare, obviously. I rode all last season with no spare. That could have ended badly. That's actually how I give myself a muscle spasm in my back. We were in, quick story, we were in McBride, me and 2 other guys ripped out there in Buddy's truck. 3 of us in the 2 on a trailer and 1 in the back of the truck, I think we did. Didn't have a sled deck at that time. So we just threw 1 in the box of the truck and 2 on an open place trailer. And Buddy's truck was a lifted Duramax, like the fucking tailgate was this high off the ground. We're up on Renshaw, ripping around. Buddy does a little poke, gets bucked off the sled barrel rolls all the way down. How'd that work now? His key got lost somehow. Somehow his key got pulled off of him, or somehow the key fell off. Anyway, I don't know. So without this thing, you're fucked. Like, the sled ain't gonna run. So we looked on the side of that mountain for, I bet you it was an hour. A full hour. I'm pretty sure we looked. The wind's chilly. Thinking back on it now, it wasn't exactly the safest spot to be either. To be standing on the side of a mountain looking for a key like that. But what do you do? So we looked and couldn't find it. Day was coming to an end, so we're like, well, we're fucked. We're gonna have to tow it down and figure out a plan for tomorrow. So we towed it down, back down Renshaw Trail. If you don't know Renshaw, this was late in the year too. This was like, this was probably April, mid to end of April, I'm gonna say. So we tow it down, get to Buddy's truck. We drove up the trail a little bit because it was, that's right too. It was late season. They weren't grooming no more. You were allowed to drive up the trail till you hit the snow, then unload your sleds with the truck there. So we towed the sled back down to Buddy's truck, and we thought, well, we need this. Our plan was to go to Prince George the next day to get a new key programmed. So we thought, well, instead of dragging a trailer and 3 sleds to Prince George, let's put the 2 good sleds on the trailer and put the sled with no key in the back of Buddy's truck. Well, remember I said the tailgate of Buddy's truck was probably this freaking high. So me and the one guy bent down, lifted it up onto the truck. Holy frick, you get it this high. This was quite a few years ago too. Anyway, we finally get in the back of Buddy's truck. Blast to McBride the next day. Blast to Prince George the next day. Got a new key programmed. Finally, I forget why it took so long. We were at the dealer for I don't know how long. It seemed like forever. Right? When you want to get riding, it seems like forever when you're waiting 2 minutes. But anyway, we get a new key programmed. Oh, and then something else happened. That's right too. So we're sitting there with the sled in the back of Buddy's truck, and we're looking at his rear idler wheels, and we're like, it was sitting this freaking high off the ground, so it's just about eye level. You can see, like, look, why does that look weird? We're looking at it. Oh, for frick's sake, something fell apart. He was missing bolts or something in the rear axle. The track tension was all effed up, and so, holy frick. We looked at it. In the end, I think we used just common bolts, or I forget the details on that. But I remember we had to go get like 2 great big 3/4 inch washers, flat washers. 2 of them for spacers, because there was a spacer. I forget the details. But anyway, we got that fixed. We got Buddy new key on his sled. Then we blasted back to McBride. Went back to Renshaw. Went up Renshaw. Burnt a tank of gas out of the sleds. Come back down and still rode that day. I mean, it goes to show that the daylight in that time of year was a long time, right? Like April, the days long. That was awesome. But then point of that story was ever since that trip, after lifting Buddy's sled in the back of that guy's truck, the tailgate was, well, I was exaggerating. It was probably about here. The tailgate. So you get that sled up to here, right? Now you lift with your arms and, oh man. Anyway, I woke up that next day to go, after we went to Prince George, got the new key, ripped back to McBride, rode that day, come back down from Renshaw, went to where were we staying? we staying at somebody's house, a rental house or something, I think we thought. So woke up the next day, I went to get up, stood up, bang, I fell to the ground. Just a shooting pain, sciatic nerve type thing. Ever since then, my back's been fucked. I can still lift heavy objects, I can still work hard, but every so often, it's like if I lift and twist the wrong way or something, oh, fucking, I just fall right to the ground and I can't do it. And if it's real bad, sometimes I'm down and out for like a week. I can't hardly move because I feel like an old man, but I don't like admitting that to people, that whatever, but that's what happens when you lift with your back, just like an idiot. But anyway, that was my story. Buddy should be here anytime. He texted not that long ago, said he just finished moving a herd of cattle. He had to make a couple stops in town before he gets to my place, and then we'll head up. Oh, what the hell? That's just a cover for the wiring, I think, for your taillight. Huh. Anyway, that's my story. Alrighty, just leaving 54 North. Bought another tunnel bag. Buddy picked up his new sled. Going back home, dropped off mine for that 2 new keys and that other extra work they're going to do to it. You'll have to stay tuned to see what I actually did to it.